Welcome back, Saints. I'm Nick Coop.
And I'm Eric.
And this is SFHS Today.
At about 7 o'clock last night, Superintendent Beth Gies sent an email and a voicemail message to the parents and staff of St. Francis area schools designating February 22nd, 2022 a snow day. More information can be found on the ISD 15 website. In addition, St. Francis NHS is hosting a book drive February 28th through March 4th. Please bring in gently used books for grades K through 5. Now back to SFHS Today.
In state news, on Tuesday of last week, a 5-judge panel released the new congressional maps. This, of course, happens every 10 years after a federal census is taken. Minnesota kept all of its 8 congressional districts.
In school news, we would like to make a correction from last week's show where we said Morp was canceled. At that time, that was the information our media team was told. But since then, new developments have unfolded. Easton Johnson and Joe Waldock went to get the update.
Candyland theme, and of course it'll be the normal semi-formal. The only rule really is like no jeans, and we want everybody to just dress up. You don't have to go crazy and spend a ton of money on dresses or anything like that if you don't want to. Tickets will go on sale at the end of March. They will be $10 and then $15 at the door. The doors are going to only be open from 7 to 8 p.m. So if you're planning on coming to the dance, you need to be there by 8 p.m.
Morp is back on. What happened?
What the situation was initially when we were talking about Morp as a dance, normally homecoming and really we had kind of got rid of that as a dance, and it was probably one of the most popular dances I've seen this fall. So when Morp came up and we had high COVID numbers and not knowing what was going to happen, we decided that we were just going to have prom and not have Morp.
Did you have fun at Morp your freshman year?
Yeah, I had fun. It was just awkward because we're freshmen and it was kind of for us, and then it got more fun when all of the juniors and the seniors showed up and crashed it.
I agree. It was a lot more fun when the upperclassmen came and made it a party.
Looking forward to Morp this year.
It's going to be fun with my friends.
Yeah, same thing. Fun, dance with friends.
Student Council was busy last week as they put on our Snow Week's festivities. Somehow, someway, they figured it out. That is, to carry on the St. Francis High School tradition of distributing flowers on Valentine's Day. Reporters Lauren Perry and Grace Gokus went to pick out the details.
This week was Valentine's Day, so we decided to check on the carnation sorting.
Has the carnation giving been going on?
As long as we can remember, as long as Pequay can remember, longer than anybody in this room can remember, really.
All right. And where do you guys get the flowers from?
We get the flowers from Forever Floral in Coon Rapids.
And the party pooper himself, Kevin A. Big drum roll. Big drum roll. Mr. Bashar! Ryan. Oh no. Ryan? Wow.
Supposed to be me to you, sweetie. Special day. Nice.
Student Council couldn't have put that all on unless they had a great advisor, like they do now. This is why, this week, Ms. Pequay, who is also the prom committee advisor, gets the teacher feature.
It definitely takes a lot of determination to run Student Council. It is a team effort. I have 2 things I love about Student Council. Number 1, the group of students is exceptional. It is a privilege to work with them. The second thing is, obviously I'm an art teacher, and I honestly think creating these events with student council is a work of art. Coming up with like our concept, what we want to do, and then the date it happens, and then everything planning backwards. The amount of detail to think about is a lot. And so I lean heavily on our president, Kaylee Kozak. We meet almost daily.
Student council is a lot of work, and it would definitely not be possible without Miss McQuay. McQuay is an awesome person. She's awesome to work with. Student council would not be a thing if it wasn't for her. And she definitely doesn't get as much recognition as she should. She's awesome.
And it could never, ever happen without us all working together. And that's one thing I'm super grateful for. The students are always willing to jump in to help. The staff and community is great in supporting us. Bringing people together is our goal. It's just this never-ending adventure.
Now let's find out what this week has in store for weather with Renfro and Pip.
Good morning, Saints. This week, things are cooling down a bit with Monday having a high of 11 and a low of 0. On Tuesday, there is a high of 7 and a low of -10. On Wednesday, a high of 8 and a low of -13. And for Thursday, we'll have a high of 10 and a low of -5.
And then this weekend, things try to warm up with Friday having a high of 15 and a low of -4, Saturday with a high of 18 and a low of -1, and Sunday with a high of 20 and a low of 3.
That's all we have for us this week.
Stay safe, Saints.
In activity news, the St. Francis Knowledge Bowl team had their sub-regional finals last Tuesday, where they came up just short by 3.5 points. Reporter Kayla Gagner went out to get some more knowledge on what happened.
Knowledge Bowl is pretty much just like a trivia kind of on a team kind of thing.
Your season ended last week. How did your season go?
Our season was doing pretty well up until the sub-regionals, and we choked in the last round.
How do meets work?
So you go to a different school, you get bused over there. You take a test called the written round. It decides where you, what room you start in. And then you do like rapid fire Jeopardy questions to move up or move down.
Now let's flip it over to sports.
Hey, Saints. This is Kenzie Wyman.
And this is Jenna Vandekar.
And this is sports. In national sports news, the Los Angeles Rams won the Super Bowl over the Cincinnati Bengals with a score of 23-20.
In more sports news, the Super Bowl MVP was Cooper Kupp.
Meanwhile, in school sports news, gymnast Gabby and Ellie Dawson earned their way to the state tournament. We sent our reporters out to get more.
This week we're covering girls gymnastics.
Where is the state tournament?
So the state gymnastics tournament is at the Roy Wilkins Auditorium down in St. Paul.
What was your reaction when you heard you and your sister were both going to state?
I think we were all really excited. I know it was close between me getting 3rd and 4th, so it was exciting to hear my name. And my sister was right on the line as well, so it was really exciting since she's like my biggest cheerleader. I'm glad we can share that together.
How does it feel going to state?
It's really exciting, and I was really surprised when I first found out, but I'm excited to represent St. Francis.
How does it feel to go to state your senior year?
I was really excited, just finishing off this last year with a bang and just giving it all this one last time.
Gabby qualified for state in the all-around, which includes the bars, the floor, the beam, and vault. And she scored an outstanding 36.75 in the all-around.
And what goals do you have going into state?
I just want to hit my routine pretty solid.
And then her little sister Ellie, who's an 8th grader, she qualified for bars. And she qualified with an 8.6 on bars and did a great job.
As two of our athletes go out and prepare for state, one of our own graduated early and is down in Nebraska playing for the Cornhuskers soccer team. Brooke and Jackson talked to Lauren Bazell about her journey to Nebraska.
And what are you majoring in?
I am at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, and I am a criminal justice and criminology major.
Why did you choose to graduate early, and what process did you go through?
I chose to graduate early because I wanted to get out on the field quicker. I wanted to be able to train with team earlier than I could. And it just helps in preparation for fall season because obviously when you go to the fall semester, you have like 2 weeks of training camp and then you're right in all the games. So the processes that I went through to get here were a matter of lots of emailing between the directors here at Nebraska and everyone the support staff that get you involved. Dorm shopping, that was a fun process. And I had to make sure I had all my credits from St. Francis High School on my transcript. And I think that was probably the most stressful thing was getting everybody from St. Francis High School, Saints Online, here at Nebraska Lincoln, and Anoka Ramsey, all those different credits and transcripts sent to the right places. It's probably the most stressful thing.
What does your day-to-day life look like?
Day-to-day life, it switches between depending on what day it is, obviously, because your classes are different. But for the most part, you wake up at 6, you go to training, or I guess you go to the rehab room first because the landing, they give you snacks and breakfast, and then you go to practice from 8 to 10. Tuesdays and Fridays, we have lifting an hour after practice, and the rest of the days, it's usually you get to the locker room, you shower, you go eat lunch with the team, and then you have classes, and then by the end of the day, you're still at Memorial Stadium, either in study hall or eating dinner at training table.
What is your favorite part of college so far?
Favorite part? Ooh. Ella Guyot, specifically her. Favorite part of college. No, but in all seriousness, favorite part would probably be having your own schedule, and honestly, Memorial Stadium. Like, this place is awesome. I basically live in the stadium and not in my own dorm.
When's your first game?
Our first game is February 26th against SDSU, the Jackrabbits. Come watch us. Well, I guess you can't come watch, but hop online, watch us kick their butt.
Our very own Colin and Eamon busted a few dance moves for us this week. They were joined by SFDT dancers Elena and Austin.
Amen. And my name's Colin, and we're going to give it our best. Last time we did this, we ate the hottest chips we could find. And this time, we're going to do something new. So, Amen, you can choose it.
All right. We have to learn a dance from the dance team.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge.
Yep. Okay.
We'll see you there.
The Northern Edge hockey team fell short to Osseo last Tuesday with a score of 1-4. Their next game is Saturday in Duluth against Duluth East.
The Northern Tier Stars season came to an end last week as they lost to Andover in section playoffs.
Girls and boys basketball had a doubleheader last Tuesday against Monticello, and both teams came up short. This week they have another doubleheader on Friday versus North Branch at home.
Boys basketball plays at home on Tuesday against Hermantown, while girls basketball plays Tuesday away versus Cambridge and Thursday at Becker.
Wrestling had their team sections last Thursday at Maple Lake. The team fell short against the ANML Lightning, but they still have individual sections that take place this week.
That's all we have for you this week.
Stay safe, Saints.
With the recent construction, reporters Abby, Caitlin, and Anna went out to look at SFE.
Welcome to the St. Francis Elementary School. Let's go take a look at the new construction. We are now standing in the new and current music room. This used to be Miss Peterson's room, actually, like the main computer lab. It is now the music room, and as long as with new construction, they're also getting new instruments for the kids to play with. We got some new ukuleles. This is where the old music room was, and now this is the Kids Connection. I'm in now what was the first grade area, now the second and third grade. And now I'll take you to the new flex area that is a new addition. This is the new and improved library. With the new construction, we are seeing more flex areas that look really intriguing to the kids. Along with new construction, there is a new art room that looks very nice. As we travel down the school, we're seeing more locker commons that are similar to the middle school and the high school. This is the old third grade hallway and is now the new kindergarten hallway. Not having been to the elementary school in a long time, it is very nice to see the new additions and the accommodations the school has made for the kids.
Before we leave, our team got some footage of Snow Week where Lucas Andrews and Madison Rothbauer were crowned Snow Week royalty. Stay safe, Saints.